Apple just had its WWDC 2023 event and everyone's talking about the new Vision Pro headset. But there's just one thing that we all missed and it needs to be discussed. Let's jump right into it. The long-rumored Apple AR headset is actually real and it's coming early next year. And as with a lot of things, it seems like Apple tends to wait a little bit and see what other companies are doing with a feature, device, or other, and then they make just their own spin of it. But is this headset better than what's already out there? Well, let's get one thing right out of the way: the price. $3,500. That is quite steep. I mean, for any VR or AR headset, especially one that's the first one in its lineup. In contrast, Meta is set to launch their own headset just a bit later this year, the Quest 3, for just $500. And it comes with its own set of controllers too. All I'm trying to say is that Apple knows what they're doing. They're not making their headset affordable, and I feel like they're just testing the waters to see if people are interested. Spec-wise, the Vision Pro is its own little computer rocking the Apple M2 chip alongside the newly released R1 chip to help process things like camera movements and what's being said into the microphone, etc. The design and function also have some cool features going for it. Like, let's be honest, as goofy as that see-through eyes demo looked, I thought that it could be very practical to see if the person wearing the headset is watching something or not. Okay, we have to talk about the promises that Apple made as well in that demo. First, when it comes to the controls, I'm a bit skeptical here, as the Vision Pro won't be coming with any sort of controller like other VR headsets do. Instead, as Tim Cook puts it, you will control Vision Pro using the most natural, intuitive tools: your eyes, hands, and voice. You can also see a keyboard there in one of the demos, which I assume you would have to use with this AR technology, and I just can't imagine how they would make typing on air feel any good. Next, the virtual screens. Again, here I have some mixed feelings. Demos make it look amazing, sure. Sit on an empty desk and have a complete surround monitor setup pop out of nowhere. Designers would love that, right? Or sit on the couch and have a complete cinema experience. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is that as nice as all of these demos seem, it's showing me something that I can already do with my existing displays, be it a monitor or a TV. And also keep in mind, a monitor or TV would be a lot cheaper than this thing as well. Now, that part where they showed a cinema-like experience with the dynamic background and all, I mean, that looked really cool. But will they accomplish that? That's another question. And I feel it's actually one of the best use cases for this headset: watching movies and consuming media, but not exactly the productivity side. Like, you're not gonna go to work and sit on your desk with this thing on for 8 hours or something at the office. And the reason why I'm saying is this because from the various first impressions that are out there of people using it, one of the most common things that people keep saying is that the Vision Pro weighs noticeably more compared to other VR headsets due to its metal materials. You know, Apple, they like to put materials like metal in everything, be it phones or iPads or whatever. So this headset is no different, and yeah, from what people are saying, it looks and it feels really premium, but there's a reason why those VR headsets are usually plastic, is because it brings down the weight. And this is not going to be as comfortable. So it's definitely not something you'd want to wear for more than 2 hours, hence probably why its battery life is also just 2 hours long. And yeah, it's also really funny, I have to mention this, the part where they say where it's going to last the whole day if it's plugged in, days worth of battery life if it's plugged in. I mean, come on, Apple, don't be silly here. That's just funny. But here's the one thing that makes me worried whenever the future of VR, AR, or XR headsets is brought up. It's no secret that these things pack a lot of camera and microphone tech in them. In fact, it seems like the Vision Pro has a total of 6 cameras just on the front. And to understand what makes me so worried, I'll have to take you back to the 2013 Microsoft's Xbox One and Kinect 2 announcement. It's now considered to be one of the lowest moments for Xbox, but one of the reasons why people hated this device was that it was always on and you had to have this camera hooked up to it. A camera that was in your living room on 24/7, looking at you. That made people extremely uncomfortable. And all I'm saying is that the Vision Pro has a lot of cameras, and whether you're in your living room or somewhere, those cameras will be seeing something that potentially you don't want other people to see. However, it seems like nowadays with all the cameras that we have in our phones and active mics always listening for "Hey Siri" or "Hey Google," this privacy aspect just doesn't seem important to people anymore. Apple does state that the Vision Pro was designed to help protect your privacy and later on states that data from cameras and sensors is processed at a system level only. So I guess we're just gonna have to trust them on this, just like with most devices nowadays. So to conclude this video, I just wanted to say that the tech that Apple did show does look pretty cool and perhaps really innovative in many ways. Like again, that eyesight part was actually really awesome, and I can see that maybe some of the VR headsets today will have them later on, just a few years later. To me, as a privacy geek, there are still some aspects of privacy that do concern me, but ultimately the Vision Pro will live and die by the software. If there's enough developers making cool apps and bringing fun, exciting experiences to this platform, then I can really see it blossoming. However, convincing app developers to develop things for a device that, let's be honest, not a lot of people will have, so the user base will be very small, that's not going to be exactly very easy. I mean, just ask Microsoft how the Windows Phone went, or Google with Google Stadia. Those platforms died because there just wasn't enough support for them. For now, thanks for watching. Remember to like the video if you liked it, and click here to watch more of our content. For now, that's it. Take care.